Hello everyone and welcome to Maximo Times. My name is Sean and today I'll be showing you how to import data with XML flat files. Now the first thing I'll do is actually export data to an XML flat file. That way you can see what this structure looks like or what the structure is that you will need to import data. So let's sign into Maximo. The first way to actually view what the XML structure looks like is to actually go to the object structure. I will actually be importing data or exporting data from the items. So we'll actually look for the item object structure. And to view the XML format, just click on Select Action and View XML. Here on the left, you see actually an XML format that you can use to import data. We actually won't be using this because it looks actually kind of confusing how it's all set up in here. So I'll show you an easier way, and that is to export the data first. So go to your external system. Or open up external system 1 and go to Publish Channels tab. Then we'll filter for the item interface. Here I've already set up the endpoint to an XML flat file. I used this in my previous tutorial, so you can view that to see how to set this up and everything. So to export data is pretty simple. You just click on the data export, or first make sure the row is selected, and then click the data export button. And the condition is just a where clause. You can set it equal to 1 equals 1, which is just it'll export every single item in your item master. Or since I have about 11,000, I don't want to do that. So actually, you can enter item num equals 10,001, so I'll just export just pretty much one item. Hit OK, and we'll wait for it to complete. Alright, when it completes, it doesn't actually give you a message saying that it's complete. So what we can do is we can actually check the folder, where's my global directory, to see that it's actually there. So here is the XML file that I just exported. So let's open this up. So here is the format that Maximo used to export the data. And when you have a look at this, you can see that the first node is publish mx item. Mx item is the object structure, and publish is the transaction that occurred. So as you can see, it exported the item number 10,001, which is what I inserted into the export condition. So as you can see, these are all the fields that were populated with the export. So this is the XML file that we actually used to import data. So let's close this. And actually what I'll do is I'll make a copy of this. And we'll just call it mx item import. So we'll just edit in Notepad. Actually, as you can see here, actually the XML format is not actually human readable. It's kind of all just everything was written in actually one line. So actually this is a good point that I can show you. If you want to export to the data to an XML file that's actually formatted correctly, you're gonna actually have to set the endpoint to be able to do that. So I can actually show you that now. So we're gonna have to go to integration endpoints, and look up the XML endpoint. Since we are exporting to XML, we want to set this endpoint so that the preprint value is set to 1. This will make sure that when I export the data, the XML file will actually be formatted correctly. So let's save this, and we'll actually have to go to the external system and actually export the file again. So here I created the new one that should be formatted correctly. So let's copy this one, and let's rename it MX item test import. Now when we edit this, it should be in a format that is human readable, and it is. So here's the format that we need to import data. So as you can see, we have description, item number, item ID. What we'll do here is just rename the description to test item description. We'll get rid of the unique item ID, just leave it blank. And for the item number, we'll just create a test one. So we'll call it test item 1. And the item set ID can be the same. The item type can be the same. And status is active. And pretty much everything else can be the same. So we're going to insert a test item 1 into Maximo. But before we save this file, we're actually going to have to change this first node from publish to sync. And don't forget the close. And once you do that, you can save it. Now we can close this file, and now we are ready to import this XML file. So let's go back into Maximo. Select Enterprise Services and filter by item. So as you can see, the item is enabled, and just click on the data import to import an XML file. So first we'll browse for the file. Select it and click open, and just click OK to import, and it'll tell you that it was actually successfully processed in the queue. So to actually see if it went through, we're going to have to go to first we can check the message tracking to see if it actually went in, and to see if I even enabled message tracking. And the first one is the item interface, and as you can see, the current status is processed, which means it's successfully imported. So let's go into the inventory module and open up the item master, and let's search for test item 1. And there you have it. It's there, imported into Maximo. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching.